The EP Heard everywhere podcasts can be found, and always at the EPCHS.com.
And welcome into the EP Podcast, brought to you by the First National Bank of Evergreen Park. Students, are you on your holiday break? I would assume you are by now. The downtime is a perfect time to relax and get your finances set up. First National Bank of Evergreen Park, in that iconic building at 95th and Pulaski, right there on the corner, they have a student checking account that helps you manage the money you have and any money you may get as a gift this year. Their convenient mobile app lets you bank from anywhere, so you don't have to leave the house. No minimum required to open. You get your own debit card. 5 free nationwide ATM refunds per statement cycle. Why would you not go out and get one? Open a student checking account today. Visit bankevergreenpark.com/student/EP. No minimum required to open. Member FDIC. We are in our holiday schedule for the next couple of weeks. Let me tell you what that means. Right now, you've got an episode of the EP Podcast. It's a quicker one. There's a reason for that. It's because on Wednesday, on Wednesday, 48 hours after this show, it's our big 2021 Year in Review episode, the best of the EP Podcast, all the moments, stuff you may have missed, all rolled into one episode, coming out on demand on Wednesday. Then you get Christmas Eve, Christmas, all your celebrations. You roll through the back end of that. You kind of like lay around for a few days. You don't know what you're going to do. Now you get yourself all ramped up. It's New Year's Eve coming up, and then you get the EP Podcast New Year's Eve special. Once we get past New Year's, we're right back to our normal release on Mondays, 30 minutes of good, and we're going to get back to the weekend updates as well. We haven't done those in a while. I have a student from Evergreen Park Community High School who is a human calculator. You may have heard about him. He's going to demonstrate what he's capable of coming up here on this episode. Before that, let's find out what's going on Christmas week in Evergreen Park. Your EP Podcast Word on the Street is brought to you by Leadforth Law. Larry Leadforth is from the EP. He has been practicing law for decades. He's your neighbor and he wants to help you. Personal injury, criminal defense, real estate, probate, and corporate law. He covers it all. And all you have to do is reach out to him, 708-499-6300, or check out leadforthlaw.com. The Evergreen Park Recreation Department is having a Christmas break camp, boys and girls, 1st to 6th grades, and it's going on starting the day that this episode comes out on the 20th of December all the way through the 30th of December. There are 8 total days and it costs $200. But this is what you get. You get outdoor activities, you get indoor activities. You get the kids at the ice rink, you get crafts, you get games, fitness, movie day. If there's snow on the ground, they're going to make snow angels. They're going to sip hot chocolate. It's all out of the community center, 3450 West 97th Street, to take cash, credit cards, check. From 9 a.m. to 3 p.m., get your kids out of your hair. I don't know why you're not doing this. Get on it. Meanwhile, if you would like Santa Claus to stop by your house, the rec department's got that taken care of as well. Santa will stop by your home. Just give him a call, 708-229-3373. Get your appointment set right now. The EP Youth Department is having a big movie night this Tuesday, December the 21st, 6 p.m. until 8 p.m. at the Youth Center, 3450 West 97th Street in room 105. Grades 5th all the way through high school. And for $5, get a hot dog, popcorn, and a drink. Call Paisha for any details. Sign them up, 708-229-3377. The Daniel Capuano Ice Rink at EPCHS Field is now open. You can go to the website, evergreenpark-ill.com, to get all the details, all the scheduling, or just call the rec department, 708-229-3373, if you have any questions. And the driving range is open at 50 Acre Park. Who knew in December you could hit golf balls? And finally, the Emmanuel United Church of Christ in Evergreen Park is doing Hot Shots basketball. Get in on the basketball camp, 9815 South Campbell Avenue in Evergreen Park. It starts February the 1st, goes through March 14th. Instructional basketball for $80. For more information, I'm going to give you a Gmail account, iuccep.hotshots@gmail.com. Do not forget about the big 2021 Year in Review on Wednesday, the best of the EP podcast over the last year. It comes out right here on this feed, anywhere podcasts can be found, and always at theeppodcast.com. But before we get out of here, I have an Evergreen Park High School student by the name of Chaz Barnes. He's a sophomore, and he's a human calculator. He's going to prove to you the ability that he has coming up in 60 seconds right here on the EP Podcast. Building relationships, supporting the community, and service. These are the things that Country Financial stands for. They're more than just an office you may pass by as you drive through Evergreen Park. They're neighbors who lend a helping hand and support the fabric of your community, including charitable organizations, sports, financial education, and civic organizations. And since Country is already your neighbor, they want to get together and chat. Call your local Country Financial representative, Mike Thauer, today at 708-425-1559 to talk about the things that are important to you and how he can help you protect them. So I'm at Evergreen Park High School, and I have stumbled across, I think this has already kind of come out over the last couple of days, weeks, a student here that can do something exceptional. And first I want to talk to his teacher, Mr. Duran. How did you discover what was going on with Chaz here?
Well, we were in math class and we were doing the Pythagorean theorem. We have to square numbers, and it's a squared plus b squared equals c squared. And I thought we were just going to be beginning with these, so I was asking the class the regular questions about square numbers, like 3 squared, 4 squared, just going through them. And Chaz was pretty good at it at the beginning. He had a pretty good talent for it. The very next day, he came back and he told me that he could square all of the numbers now, 1 through 100. I was pretty shocked. We were only doing it for a little while, and I've never met anyone else who could square all the numbers 1 through 100 in their head. Let alone on the second day of practicing it. So it was pretty shocking when he was able to do it.
How long have you been teaching for, and you do this every year, and you've never run across somebody that can just square any two numbers between 1 and 100?
Yeah, I've been teaching for a couple of years, but I've also been in the business world for a long time. I sold insurance for a long time. I've had different sales jobs. I've never come across anyone who came close to doing this, to be honest with you. And then not only squaring the numbers, a couple days after that, Chaz came back and said he could multiply all the numbers. So now he can only do not only 65 times 65 or 89 times 89, he could multiply any two numbers in his head against each other. And as of yesterday, he's got another talent that he told me he could do. He could also start to multiply 3 numbers times 2 numbers in his head. So he could do any 3-digit numbers times 2 numbers up to number 26.
You can do that in your head quicker than he could put it in a calculator?
It's not up to 26, it's up to 21.
Up to 21?
Up to 21. All right. You never knew you could do this, and now all of a sudden, boom, it's just happening. Are you going home and practicing? Is that what you're doing?
Yeah. Yep. I practice. I like to divide a lot of numbers. Right. So that's why I practice and I memorize them.
Can I test you?
Sure.
All right. And will Mr. Duran know the answer? Because I won't. I'm just going to throw numbers out there. Let's get a calculator. Because I'm just going to throw numbers out.
Here we go.
All right, Chaz. We're going to test this out. Mr. Duran has a calculator. We'll start off with what you first were able to do. All right. So just square 47 for me.
2,209.
All right, Mr. Duran. He's still typing it in.
2,209.
Wow. Before you could even type it into the calculator, this kid just rips that off. I could never do that. That's insane.
You shouldn't be able to do it either, to be honest with you. It's a ridiculously cool talent that he has.
Right, let's see if I can come out later. We'll try one more square. Square 92.
8,464.
8,464. 8,464. He nailed it. So now you're telling me he could take three numbers and multiply all three of them?
He could multiply three numbers times two numbers up to 21. So, for instance, Chaz, what is 137 times 19?
2,603.
Hold on a second. You're still typing it in.
603.
Wow. This could have been something he could have always done. He just never tried it until you started working on this, and then his brain just works that way.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm not taking any other credit for this. This is Chaz's amazing.
Nobody's giving you any credit.
I just asked him a couple of questions, but the way he phrased like, I just asked him a few questions, and I was shocked, and I'm just, I still can't believe it. So I just keep telling anyone to listen to me about it because it's the coolest thing I've seen as a teacher the entire time I've been teaching. There's no way around it.
So now for Chaz, soft-spoken kid, what's he going to do next? Like, what kind of skills would something like this apply to later on? Like, because to me, this seems like something that could translate later on that he could do.
That's exactly what we're trying to find out right now. Because this is brand new. Like you said, like this just started a week ago or so that we found out he could do any of this. So, I mean, now we're just sitting here, we're still kind of shocked in the beginning phase of this. We're definitely looking into it. We have an awesome administration here that's looking into different things for him. And I mean, we're just going to see how far it goes. Chaz would like to be a YouTuber when he grows up. I'm still not sure what a YouTuber is, to be honest with you.
It's like a podcaster, but yeah, there's video, I guess. Okay. I don't know what a YouTuber is. I'll be honest with you. All right, so Chaz, yeah, you want to be a YouTuber. You've learned this skill, which means that you've started to have people take notice. I know you've shown up in the newspaper. I know that you've, people are coming over and they're having you demonstrate it. Do you like the attention?
The attention is okay, and I like it.
So you're going to be a YouTuber. You're going to have a lot more attention, but obviously, I think your YouTube channel should show that you can solve these things very quickly. I mean, that would probably get you a bunch of followers, and then you could do whatever else you wanted to do, right?
Oh, yep, that would give me a lot of followers.
Excellent. Well, Chaz, remarkable. I think it's really cool what you do, man. And I can't wait to find out from Mr. Duran that, like, in a week, you could, by spring, you might not have to do anything. You could just have Chaz stand up there.
I mean, it's really amazing. I'm not joking. When I ask the class any multiplication problem, all I do is ask it to Chaz. Well, Chaz, what is 36 times 22?
36 times 792.
792.
It's amazing.
It's incredible.
I don't have to look at my calculator. I'm gonna just because I looked, but I mean, there's no doubt. It's amazing. It really is.
That's awesome.
He's 15.
Chaz is a 15-year-old human calculator. Young man, nice to meet you. You take care of yourself.
You too.
Thou little tiny child, bye bye. Sisters too, how may we do for to preserve this day, this poor youngling for whom we do sing. Bye bye, Luli. Tiny child, bye bye, Luli. Herod the king in his raging charge, and he had this day his men of might in his own sight. All young children to say, Luli, Lule, thou little tiny child, bye bye, Luli, Lule.
The Evergreen Park High School Madrigals, right there. They were on last week's show. If you didn't hear it, go check it out. We met an awful lot of talented kids just from Evergreen Park High School in the past year. Will any of those interviews or moments make it into our Best of 2021 special coming out on Wednesday? I have no idea. Basically because I haven't put the show together yet. I'm going to be honest with you. I was in Orland Mall, like all weekend long. I hate people, nobody knows how to drive, and I still have to shop, even after 2 days of looking for all the stuff I needed to get. But I will have that special for you Wednesday morning when you wake up. I have made a promise to myself that at some point, I'm just going to relax and enjoy the holidays. I think we should all make that promise to ourselves. Remember to enjoy it. We will see you on Wednesday and much more, as I said at the beginning of the show, planned over the next couple of weeks on our holiday schedule. This is the EP Podcast, found everywhere podcasts can be found, and always at the EPPodcast.com.
Another show is wrapped up, another show's in the books, another show is wrapped up, and then by the looks it's gonna be a good one, and we'll see you next week. And the nude is basement, and the nude is basement. Another show is wrapped up, another show is wrapped up, another show is wrapped up, and it's in the books. Another show is wrapped up, another show is wrapped up, and by the looks, it's gonna be a good one. Nudie's Basement, broadcast basement, the Nudie's Basement, the broad basement. Slancha.
The EP Podcast. Heard everywhere podcasts can be found, and always at the EPPodcast.com.